What is Anthony's most painful tattoo?
I can answer this one. The one on his...
Okay.
You want me to show it?
Oh my God.
You, Anthony. Ew. How dare you?
I will never yes and you again.
Lunchtime we smash the Dougal. Lunchtime we smash the Dougal. Lunchtime with Smosh and Olivia. Hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Welcome to Lunchtime with Smosh.
Did you like that new theme song? We're trying it out.
Yeah.
There's so much going on. What's going on with this?
With this? What do you
what?
With what?
You literally look like a Hillsong member.
A what?
No, he looks like a painter.
No, he does look like the Hillsong. I think he was the leader of Hillsong.
Yeah, you
right?
look like the leader of Hillsong.
It was this like evangelical church.
Is it a cult?
Justin Bieber was in it, and then this guy, he looked like just the ultimate boy. And I'm pretty sure he
Why did
cheated
you
on his
smirk?
wife.
I didn't know that.
I think he did drugs and cheated on. Well, allegedly, I think he did drugs and cheated on his wife. Then he had to like leave the church for.
Are you sure that's not the Coney 2020 person?
Coney 2012? Yeah, those are very different guys. Yeah, no, I think he had to leave the church because he was like, not doing Jesus-like things.
Oh.
Yeah, but you should see this guy.
Does he
Looks
look
like you. Just look in the mirror.
Okay.
Or if you ever played Far Cry 5,
I didn't.
like he looks like that dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Anyway, hello.
Hello.
Today we are joined by Olivia Sway.
Thank you.
And why are we in the wood shop? I actually am very confused about that.
I requested it.
You requested to be in the wood shop?
Yeah.
That was your request?
What was?
Olivia does woodwork. You guys didn't know that?
Yeah. I'm always doing woodwork.
Okay.
Wait, you guys. Okay, I love Home Depot.
Oh,
Why?
yeah?
Why?
Oh, I just love everything.
Is
about
it the
Home
smell of
Depot.
it?
It smells so good.
It does smell
It
good.
smells so good, and you go in, it's huge.
It is.
And something, I don't know, I love being there.
What does this smell? Is it cut wood? Because it really does have a
Yeah.
specific smell.
It's like cut wood,
Yes, I did think it would smell like that in here today.
No, it
fertilizer.
kind of smells like shit in here right now.
No, it absolutely smells like shit.
Why does this? It
Are
smells
you-
like dog
It's
farts.
because of the snacks we have.
Okay,
Oh,
you gotta
snacks.
you gotta tell me, Olivia, being the big woodworker you are, the power tool person you are you a Milwaukee girl?
Yeah.
Are you a Ryobi girl? Or are you a DeWalt girl? Because you have
Right.
to choose sides.
Yeah, I know all of those things.
I think she's a Milwaukee girl. I could just feel it.
You think so?
I feel it.
Yeah, I'm a Milwaukee girl.
Yeah.
Okay, she said it here, folks.
yeah.
Have you been to Milwaukee?
No.
You don't
Where
have
is
to-
that?
Milwaukee.
You don't have to
Milwaukee?
be in Milwaukee
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
to be a Milwaukee girl.
Well, I'm also like no hate to like DeWalt and what's the other one?
Ryobi.
Ryobi, because you never know, like the brands might be hitting us up.
Oh, true,
That's
true.
true.
We'll take any
I
sponsorship.
don't know if those brands are going to be hitting you up
They might be.
until you start showing your woodworking online.
Wait, have either of you used a power tool?
Ryobi is actually probably my favorite brand.
Really?
You use
it?
power tools?
Yeah.
What do you use it for?
Yeah.
For drilling,
What are you
Drilling
drilling?
what?
stuff into walls, spikes on fences to prevent.
Oh, and do you guys have little toolkits?
Yeah, I mainly use my power tools to. I see what I do is I go to public parks.
What?
And I will.
Oh, you drill out the skulls of children.
No. I
Oh,
go to.
sorry,
I go to
wrong
public-
person.
I'm not a monster. What I do is I add those little slots in the benches so that people can't sleep there.
Wait, is that what it's for?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really
It's
are.
called hostel architecture.
What is it called?
Hostel architecture.
What else do they do?
They also a lot of cities they build these like really spiky pylons and they put them under overpasses so that people can't sleep under there.
Is it also to prevent like skateboarders from grinding? Or
Yeah.
Grinding?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't know what grinding is? Do I need to? I'm not going to show.
So if you ever see
it's
like
not appropriate.
if you ever see like a ledge on like
Can we get a
like
skateboard in here?
corporate office, there's like this ledge and then they have those little metal
There's
things.
a ledge in a corporate office.
on the outside of it,
Like let's say there's like a
like a garden, and it's like surrounding, like a.
Garden in corporate offices are very different.
Erin, let's say that you're on a sidewalk.
Okay.
And there's something that goes up like this.
Okay.
And
A
it's
wall.
like this. Yeah, a small wall.
Okay.
AKA ledge.
Yeah, a ledge.
Yeah.
and it looks like a perfect place to grind.
Do you know what grinding
Right,
is?
right, yeah.
No.
grind.
It's
When you
nothing like
grind.
Grindr, if that's what you're thinking.
No, grinding is a thing.
This is what
Yeah.
happens when you don't. This is what happens when you don't grow up on Tony Hawk Pro Skater. You don't
Yeah.
see, like, when you play Tetris long enough, you start to see everything in blocks. When you play Tony Hawk Pro Skater enough, you start to see everything in grindable.
Got it. Oh, you
grindable
didn't.
areas.
You guys didn't actually skateboard. You played video games where you skateboard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we know what grinding is still.
Yeah.
We have an education from video games.
Got it.
Yeah.
What do you have to show for whatever you were doing?
A college degree
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't even know what flatulence was.
because they don't teach that in film school.
So they add these little like metal things to prevent people from grinding.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can't grind on the metal?
No.
I can grind anywhere.
I believe you.
okay. We got to get to the food. It smells like ass.
Oh yeah. Let's please get to the food quickly.
So I just imagine them putting all those little preventative things on the dance floor.
Wait.
All right, let's go. Let's eat.
Okay,
Let's
wait,
eat.
I'll circle back. Yeah, do the food.
Let's eat whatever this is that smells like shit.
I know
think
this
it's
is
about
like
time.
actually my fault, and it's so crazy that it smells awful in here.
So what is this?
I don't know.
So I asked Olivia to tell me just her favorite snacks, and then I chose 3 that I think would be the worst combination together.
Oh, thank you, Erin.
Your fault.
Thank you, Erin.
It's my fault.
You
Yeah,
know,
but you didn't choose the
Erin,
bad combo.
Erin, you realize
Oh
like
my god, it's wet. Why is it? There's condensation in there.
This is really warm, by the way.
Oh,
Aaron, we
oh my
got
God,
we
oh my
got
God.
away from like gross out content because people don't like to
Wait,
watch
you
it.
guys,
People love it. People
it's so
love
toxic in here.
Do they,
so
do they love
toxic.
it?
The work
It
environment?
smells
or?
bad. Yeah.
You know, like it smells like toxicity.
Okay.
Like it
yeah.
smells.
This is your favorite snack.
Yeah, well, it might not be anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to need a mental health day after this.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to reveal the smelly one first so we can get it out of
Please.
here. There's
Okay.
two
Get
two
it.
snacks under here. So under whatever this is called. What is it?
Wet.
What is this called?
You should shower.
Cloche.
We need to shower after
Under
this.
cloche
I
number
thought you
1.
went to college.
Not culinary school.
Not culinary school.
Okay, under cloche number 1, we have a bowl of broccoli, steamed broccoli, and fish jerky. And then under cloche number 2, Olivia, do you want to reveal that one?
Yes, I don't know what this is.
We have cottage cheese toast with tomato and basil. That looks very good.
Oh, thank God most of these are not vegan, so I don't have to even get.
You can have broccoli.
I have such a good excuse.
Let's
Yes,
just give
veganism
this,
wins
let's just
again.
give this bowl to
Yeah,
Anthony.
you just
It
get
is hot.
broccoli.
It is so hot.
I am
Watch out, it's
fine
hot.
with that.
Since Olivia's our guest, what
There's
would
been
you like?
so many
Okay.
times that being vegan has just helped me not eat gross food.
Okay, you guys, I just realized I said fish jerky. What I meant was squid.
Oh, very different. Well, it's still, from the sea.
Yeah, I wanted
Sure.
squid jerky.
I might. I'll try it.
From
I'll
the
try the
seed?
fish jerky.
Ew, why is it
Ew, it's
dirty
all
and
wet.
There's condensation from the broccoli.
No, but it's like gray water.
I don't know.
Ew.
Can we all just take a bite and get this over
Yeah,
with?
Olivia, you can
I
have the
can't
toast.
deal with
I'm
this.
actually so full from lunch, so I'm just gonna walk you guys.
Oh, you're full
Yeah.
now. Are you full from the energy drink you chugged as well?
Yeah, and we just
Oh,
had
it
lunch.
smells so bad. Like you thought that smelled bad? Dude, take a whiff of this.
Oh, it's one big
It
piece.
smells like a fish tank. I don't know.
Oh, look at you
not good.
guys.
This smells like dog fart.
Oh my God, this is really
Wait, you guys gotta.
I-
Yeah.
I can't eat
I ate it
that.
already. Really good.
First bite.
Really good. Tastes exactly like what I make.
Broccoli gives me too much farts now.
Interesting.
Don't give any to Ian.
Smells the same way coming out.
Yeah, don't give it in. Yeah.
It does.
It does. That's the weirdest thing about broccoli. It smells the same going in as it coming
Ew.
out, but it tastes good.
You guys, I don't
That's so
like talking
true.
about this. Can we get this?
All right, let's get rid of this
Yeah.
All
broccoli.
right, let's get out of
Let's
here.
get this
Sorry-
shit out of here.
Sorry
Can
for
we-
everyone who's.
Is there anyone around the premises who can come get this broccoli from us?
Apologies to anyone actually eating lunch and watching this right now.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Thank you, James. So yeah, those are my snacks.
Those are really good snacks.
Do you want to address why we're here today?
Why are we here?
Yeah, Ian, you have something to address?
We're.
You want to address the allegations of why we're here?
I want to address the allegations.
Jesus.
Look, I'm gonna address the allegations head on. We're here to talk. We're here to talk about everybody's least favorite and most favorite place in the world.
I feel like a lot of people fantasize about this place and come up with ideas about what it is,
Yeah.
like things that they're going to love about it, things that they hate about it.
Yeah.
You don't actually know until you're in this place.
Exactly. And that place is
Shake Shack.
the City of Angels, baby. We're talking about Los Angeles.
Where I'm from.
True.
That's true.
So be careful what you say.
You're from here?
Yes.
know that?
You didn't know that?
You were not born here, though.
I came when I was 2.
That
doesn't count.
That
Close
doesn't count.
enough.
2
You
years.
are a transplant.
You are already acclimated to it.
Wow.
Their
But
You like
lifestyle.
don't make memories before too. So
Yeah.
you don't remember.
Prove it.
How?
That's true.
What do you remember from when you're 1?
Yeah, what do you remember when you were 1?
Man, I was doing crazy shit when I was 1.
Sucking on tits.
Okay.
Sucking on titties. Playing with, well, there's 2, right?
Yeah.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
Cows have multiple.
All right.
I don't.
I have
know
a
if that's
question.
true.
This is just, can I get a flosser?
Thanks, James.
Thanks, James. I'm sorry. It's just like the fish jerky is like stuck in my teeth.
No, that's
Is there
fair.
any?
fair.
There's no floss in the wood shop.
I guess I could use wood
Oh
or,
yeah,
or
just
a
get
power
like a
tool.
just get like a splinter.
Yeah, let me just get
We
that
have a
drill.
spork. We
This
have a
is
spork.
legitimately where the art department builds sets and
Yep.
does all these crazy cool things.
Yeah, we
We're
do a lot of
interrupting.
stuff
Productions.
here.
And we're interrupting all their work for this.
Yeah, they're all outside with their
Oh
equipment
my
just
god!
waiting.
And they're gonna come in and it smells like broccoli.
Yeah, they're like, did they come in here, reserve this space for an hour just to fart in it a bunch?
Ooh, new prank, guys. Let's hide
Oh my
broccoli.
God.
Let's hide broccoli in here.
No,
That's so mean.
That's
That is terrible.
almost as bad as fish.
Okay, let's get back on subject. So
Yeah.
today we're talking about everybody's least favorite, most favorite place, and that's the City of Angels, baby, Los Angeles.
You asked for floss? Wait,
So
Yeah, what
sorry.
do you think?
water's close enough.
No, yeah, those
water's
get
close enough.
confused all the time.
Yeah,
It's
sorry.
totally okay.
I think water's close enough in my opinion. I see some fishing line over there. Maybe we should just pull out the fishing
I could also just
line.
use my hair or that rope.
True. Okay.
Thank you.
It's on its way.
I'm really high maintenance.
Ally.
Wait, I'm gonna check something really quick.
What?
Ian, we're shooting.
You're gonna post me?
Podcast.
Post me?
Are you looking up how many people died on Titanic again?
Wait, how many died on the Titanic?
1,500.
Wait, are you sure?
He just checked. Like, an
Wait, how many
hour
people
ago.
survived? How many people survived?
Yeah, why didn't you Google that? Why
I don't
wouldn't you
care.
look that up?
I don't. Who cares about the people that survive
Ian,
catastrophes? I was surprised at how many people survived the Hindenburg.
Okay.
Because that looked
wanna
like
talk about
that
it?
looked
It
like
seems like
every
you wanna talk
well
about
that
it.
looked
Talk
like
about it.
everybody just like straight up died, and a bunch of people survived that, which I don't understand.
But did they have a good quality of life afterwards?
I don't know because I don't care about.
you
the
should
people
have
that survived.
interviewed them. He should have interviewed them.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, damn.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
back in 1932.
They could still be alive. My grandma was born in the 20s and she's still kicking.
Wow, you're
Is she
born in the
kicking?
20s?
Yeah.
Is she kicking?
She's, well, no, because she has like a big, like,
Like
not a
a-
growth,
What?
like a,
Tumor,
no,
Toe.
like a,
cancers, sore.
like when you have like a
Heel.
hole in your leg.
A hole in your
Hole
leg?
in your
Diabetes?
a hole in your leg.
What's a hole in your leg?
I don't know what, just move on. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
She
Okay.
Was she in the
A
Hindenburg?
wound. A wound.
A
She's a
wound?
She has an open wound.
And the hole is just expanding, or
Oh my
what?
god, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks.
Oh, you got the last one.
Thank you.
I think we should get back to LA.
All right.
This is for sale.
So I guess we're going to talk about the things that we love and the things that we hate about Los Angeles. So are we starting hate?
I think you should start with hate.
Okay.
But in real life, don't lead with hate, people.
You guys, I am from LA, okay? I love LA. Like, I love it. Are you from LA? No, you're not.
No.
None of you guys are from LA.
No.
No, I moved here.
We're from California.
It's different.
Wow.
Moved here 11 years ago.
Wait, okay. I actually watched this video where someone goes like, they're like, LA people, do you guys just think that you're better than everyone? And I was like, whoa.
No.
Like when I'm traveling,
No.
Yes.
no, I do think so because when I'm traveling like outside of the country or like outside of the state and people are like, where are you from? I'm always like, LA. Like, in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so much cooler.
I tell,
But I'm from LA. I truly think so.
I tell people Los Angeles, if I'm going to somewhere like Europe, I'm aware of like, well, I think I'm aware of like, if you tell people you're American, that's like,
right.
but if you're like Los Angeles, then I think people are a little bit more forgiving.
They do perk up a little bit too, because it is
Yeah.
like aspirational. And they're like,
They always want to talk to you about something.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
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 But I think it's also like I think a lot of the world is like tuned into American politics, and maybe some people know about the kind of political divide. So, I mean, a lot of Europe, like, you know, hated Trump. And so like, you know, if you're like, I'm American, they're like, why did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was in Europe, this guy asked me where I was from, and I was like, Los Angeles. He was like, was like, LA. He was like, oh, LA. And then, and then he was like, oh, I went to Miami. And he talked to me about Miami for like 10 minutes. I was
So
like,
different.
So far.
pretty
That's
much
like-
LA.
That's like literally saying like, oh, you're from Spain. I went to Thailand.
No, literally.
Is it that different, you think?
They're so
Nah,
far apart,
I mean-
like distance wise. I feel like people like overseas like think that everything is like so close.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like
far.
same country.
Right.
It would be
Yeah.
like saying, oh, you went to Spain. I went to Italy.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Also,
right, right.
someone that I was speaking to about this in Europe, they thought that each of the states were different countries.
I mean, they basically
Oh,
are.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
kind of.
basically are.
Yeah, we
That
have
would be
Yeah.
crazy.
And they're like, what do you call it? Then I was like, a state. They're like, oh, United States. Now I get it. Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway, we're
True.
talking about.
And then Canada has to call their provinces because they think they're better than us.
they only got 5.
It does sound.
Oh, they got more
We
than
got
5.
50. Oh wait,
got
how many
more.
do they have? Okay, Mr.
9?
Okay, Mr. Canadian.
They got 9 or something.
Yeah, I actually did not.
I
Where do
don't
you learn all of this?
You have a lot of knowledge.
I don't know. I look at stuff.
You
You just
do.
look
Have
at
you seen how
stuff.
big his head is?
Huge head, huge brain.
10? Oh,
10.
shit.
Oh,
I
And
don't
you
know
were
why-
close.
Why did I think
Wow.
I'm stupid?
Yeah, so I do feel like being from LA, I'm just like way better.
I do think there's more to do here. As someone from the middle of nowhere,
Hold on. We got to talk about the things we hate first.
true. That's
Okay.
true. That's true. That's true.
So let's go.
All right, put on your hater goggles.
All right. So, I mean, this one's obvious. This one's obvious, but I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. But obviously, traffic.
He's gonna say traffic.
Um,
I like it.
But honestly, like,
You
I
like
think,
traffic?
I love being stuck.
No, you don't.
but
I do. I love it.
I think like I don't even think LA is in the top 10 like worst traffic
Yeah.
in the States. But everyone associates like LA with like, I would never live in LA. The traffic's bad.
Yeah.
I will
Traffic's
say,
not bad.
I will say though, like coming from like a different state, it's not that it's like the freeways backed up and it's bumper to bumper. It's like on the residential streets.
Yeah.
There's always like cars and traffic. Like it's moving very slow.
And
so it's
public-
like you can't get anywhere fast here.
And public transportation is so bad for
Yes.
a city of this size. I mean, it makes sense
There is
because
none.
it's such a sprawl, but
Wow.
still, it's
I think
really
it's
rough.
I think the weird thing is there's like we have a lot of public transportation here. The issue is the sprawl.
it's
Right.
so
Like-
inconvenient too, and it takes like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times as long as driving.
But we fund public transportation pretty heavily here. It's just the issue
Yeah.
is that there's just so much space that we have to cover. Whereas like I don't know, when I was like in Chicago, the public transportation was great, but it's all like concentrated.
Right. Like this is not a walkable city. You can't like
No.
walk.
Hell no.
So that is like I hate that personally.
I feel like eventually we'll get there, sort of, kind of. Like they're slowly introducing. They're doing like the road diets, which is like they're taking like roads like on Hollywood Boulevard. They're changing a bunch of that to be like instead of like a 2-lane road, it'll now be 1 lane and then a bike lane.
Why? It's less lanes
Yeah, why?
for me to
So the
drive.
2-car brain.
Oh, because they
The
want us
2-car
to
brain.
walk.
Oh, I love walking. You guys, I walk a lot, so I don't mind the walk.
Where are you walking?
I'm walking everywhere.
Did you walk here today?
No, I wish, but
I see her walking actually.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I run by her sometimes.
Do you say hi or do you like pretend like you?
One
don't
time I
see her?
scared her. I jumped out at her.
Yeah, and I was like,
Well, why would
oh
you do
my
that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I thought it was fun.
But my
but-
reaction was really dramatic. I was like, oh!
yeah. And the other people that were walking, they were like worried for you. for a
Yeah,
second.
no, but people see me walking all the time.
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's
see her
crazy that
walking.
you walk. You know.
Oh my God, I try to walk like 5 miles a day.
A day?
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, feel bad about yourself.
Yeah, I do. Another thing that I hate that's kind of linked to that is just like how if you want to walk anywhere, you're going to be standing at crosswalks for half of the time. Or you're just
Yeah.
like risking your life running across the street, across like 5 lanes of traffic, people just going 40 miles an hour, not looking and on their phone.
Right. But also, I don't get like it's crazy that you walk because I don't think people realize LA is like a huge suburb. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not, you're not
basically.
walking like a city.
No.
Yeah, no.
So it's just like houses and stores.
I'm
Well, it's
walking-
kind of like, yeah, it's like a bunch of suburbs with like little tiny cities. Like there's like a lot of like cities within LA County have like their own kind of downtowns
Yes.
and stuff. So it's like, oh, Burbank has like downtown Burbank and Culver City has downtown Culver, whatever you want to call it. Like, there's WeHo. So there's like all these like concentrated areas that are walkable.
Right.
But if you're visiting LA, you have to have a car.
Yes.
Because if
Yeah.
you want to get anywhere, it's like, oh, I'm coming to LA. I'm going to go to Santa Monica. Then I'm going to go to Disneyland. And it's like,
No.
bro,
You better. It's the opposite direction.
yeah.
It's like
I'm like, come to LA. We'll just hang out in my apartment. We'll never leave.
Yeah.
That's the optimal.
I'm
LA
having dinner
experience.
tonight with people on the west side, and I told them that they're coming to my side.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to drive to the west side.
It's a different state.
Yeah.
It feels like.
I guess that's another thing I hate is that if you, because of that distance and everything, if you live on the east side and you have friends on the west side, no, you don't.
yeah,
You're not friends anymore.
Well, it's like dating someone on the west side. You're like,
can't.
no,
You
it's
can't.
that's a long distance relationship.
Or in the valley.
I love the valley too. Big valley person.
That's crazy.
I know. I love
Which
it.
valley though? There's two valleys.
What?
Well, I like all the valleys.
Okay.
I like all the valleys. I just don't really like Culver City or Santa Monica. Yeah, like Santa
That's
Monica's
fair.
Santa
I think-
Monica's very touristy.
Santa Monica
Yes.
scares me. It smells bad, and the streets are weird. It's always gloomy. It's like wet and damp there.
They do have better weather.
No, I hate that weather.
I prefer wet and damp. That's one thing that I
like
don't.
wet and damp.
I like wet and
So
damp.
you love Santa Monica?
Not Santa Monica wet and damp. That's a different kind of wet.
You like Miami?
Santa Monica does
That's
weirdly
true.
have a Miami vibe.
Yeah, it
does.
It's at Miami.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the thing I hate about LA is it's one type of weather. It's always sunny and dusty.
You hate that?
I hate that it's
But it's
always
not
sunny
one
and
type-
dusty.
You
But
hate
it's
that
not-
it's always sunny?
He wants the
Yeah.
rain. He wants
It's
to look
not
out
one
the
type of
window
weather.
and
I want to be able to
wonder.
walk outside and not feel like I'm just like boiling in the desert.
Well, winter.
It's not one type of weather though.
It is.
Because like think about like when you're in Santa Monica and then you're like, oh, I have to go to the valley. And you go over that hill and you literally watch the temperature increase by like 20 degrees.
I'm talking about seasons, not like going, not like I have to travel to Santa Monica.
Hilarious.
I'm saying, okay, sorry. I meant climates.
Yeah, climates
There's
is different than weather.
climates. Okay, you're right.
That's true though. Like we don't have fall. We don't
Yeah.
get snow.
Yeah, we do.
No, but not like
It is
not like
it was so
remember
cold
when
last
we
year.
went out? Remember when we walked? We all ran outside because snow
true.
was coming down.
that's true.
Yeah,
That was fun.
That's how big of a moment.
Okay, what else do we not like about LA?
I hate Hollywood personally.
Oh, I hate Hollywood.
I think we can all agree, and it's so funny because everyone is like, "Oh, I'm going to LA. I'm going to
Yeah.
go to Hollywood, and I'm going to get a hotel in Hollywood." You're not going to like it.
It's
What
the
do you mean
worst.
Hollywood? Like
Hollywood, the
Boulevard.
neighborhood. Yeah.
oh, the Hollywood, the neighborhood.
Hollywood
Yeah.
and Highland.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a great shoe store. There's a good Foot Locker there.
There's a great
Foot
David
Locker?
Buster.
Kidding. Yeah, I guess like Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
Or just like Hollywood in general.
Yeah.
Like general. If anyone's like, let's go to Hollywood, I'm like, why?
It's basically like all the worst people put into one area.
I feel like it's all the worst qualities about LA in one place.
Yeah. And I think it's like the stereotypical, like what people think of. And it's like, if you're coming to LA, like please go somewhere else other than Hollywood to like experience what it's actually.
Kind of funny when people go to Hollywood to look for celebrities.
Yeah.
Like they're out there somewhere
Well, that's where-
walking around being normal people.
That's where you can take those tours. That's
Have
where
you ever
Thomas
done
went.
one of those tours?
I have.
I kind of
You
want to
have?
try it.
I
I've
did
never.
one in middle school.
The
My
Star
family came out.
Tours.
What about you, Olivia? You've been here since you were 2.
That's funny the way you said that. I had to take like a tour for like a shoot.
Oh,
How
so
was
you were
it?
like being paid to do it?
So you were being paid to do the tour?
Well, no, I think I was like the tour guide.
Oh.
What do you mean you think?
I don't know. It was just like,
You're like, I don't know what I was doing.
I basically like we rented a tour bus and it was just me and someone else and we were just like touring Hollywood.
We should, for an episode of this, get a tour bus and then we give a tour
Yes.
to the audience.
I
of
must
Hollywood.
say, okay,
They hate it.
the only
If this video gets 100,000 likes,
Don't promise.
we're doing it.
and I'm the tour guide. But it was I don't suggest it because it was really loud and the sound, none of it worked.
Oh.
I hate people that come here to LA for 2 years and then leave and then say that LA sucks.
Yeah, just because they
Why?
couldn't make it.
Because it's
I think that's kind of
I mean,
valid.
Partly they. I don't know if it's necessarily they couldn't make it, but I think like LA is this like area of like distinct different neighborhoods, and I think sometimes people just don't find their place.
Yeah.
That's so
and
true.
or they'll be like, LA sucks. It's so full of fake people, and it's like, okay, but like
Where were you?
Isn't
Right.
that your fault?
Like, were you around?
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
in West Hollywood
Right.
Yeah.
at the Grove.
like
No hate to the Grove. Sorry.
I do.
it's like I hate LA. It's full of gay people. It's like you're in West Hollywood. Okay, like
I can say I've lived here 11 years. I've never felt at home here.
Should we break that down?
Sure. I just feel like LA just has weird vibes where it just doesn't feel like it's welcoming.
Not for you.
It just doesn't feel welcoming.
It's definitely not welcoming. Like it takes a minute. Like it takes a few years to like find like your people and like the neighborhoods that you like for
Wait,
sure.
I take Anthony to the 626, and he's like, I'm at home.
What's 626?
that's the San Gabriel Valley. It's where all the Asians are.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
Okay.
He's like, I love this place. I feel at home.
They have lumpia here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
they
yeah,
do,
definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
I
That's
guess
where all
like,
that's where all the good Asian food is.
Yeah.
Maybe you just haven't been in the right neighborhood yet.
I haven't found a single vibe in LA that I was like, this is it. This
Okay,
is it.
I don't
Except
like-
there were like 2 weeks where it was really rainy and overcast. I was like, this is it. I was like, oh, because it's not LA anymore.
Maybe
You
you
should try
should go to
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Or
or
Miami.
anywhere, really.
It doesn't rain anywhere.
Okay, you're right.
Why don't you live in the rainforest?
That does not sound bad.
Right.
Have you been to the Rainforest Cafe?
It's close enough.
Maybe
good-
you should
it's a good
live there.
simulation.
Live there.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you were-
live there.
Live there.
Okay. You were going to say something and I cut you off.
Oh yeah. I guess like what I don't like about LA sometimes is that there are some streets that smell.
Smell is a big thing for you. it
It's a
seems
huge
like.
thing because you know what it is? It's like it's so hot here.
Yeah.
And things are just sitting under the sun.
That's true.
So like things are just like smelly.
See, you have some gripes with the weather too.
I don't like. I don't. I guess maybe I just don't go to places that smell. But
Are you sniffing?
I be sniffing.
Are you sure you're sniffing?
Yeah,
your
I mean, like
schnoz?
except for like garbage day when everyone's cans are out.
Oh my god. I do not walk on garbage days.
That's smart.
because
That's very smart.
I was getting did you guys know that I was getting strep throat a lot?
A lot.
You're getting
like
what?
my second, third year at Smosh, I was just like getting strep throat all the time.
Oh, no.
Still
You
have
know
your
that?
tonsils?
I do.
Oh.
But I was getting strep throat a lot, and the doctor was like, "Oh, I feel like you're just exposed to a lot of bacteria."
It
yeah,
was
you
Smosh.
got. Did you start washing your hands after you went poopy?
Ian, of course.
Okay, just making sure.
Ian just learned about
I think
that.
you
That's
just,
what
like-
he's asking.
He just read the sign that was in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bathroom for the first time today.
Employees, please wash hands before returning to
Before
work.
2020, he just never washed his hands.
He's like,
yeah,
why?
I didn't know you had to.
Wait, I have a question. Are you gonna shower today?
What do you mean?
I'm just wondering. You're gonna shower
Yeah,
after this?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're going to have to after
You're gonna
that.
shower, right?
What she's
Why
about
do
to
you-
drop on
why
you,
do you
you're going to
ask?
have to.
Why are you asking me? that?
What knowledge bomb are you going to drop on?
I don't know. You're gonna shower?
Yeah, usually I'm a morning shower person, but I'm seeing somebody after this, so I'm.
But are you guys in a shower? Do you guys shower after work?
No.
No, I shower before work.
Oh my God. Wait,
shower
guys, you know what okay. Every time I'm done with work, right? The first thing I have to do is I go home and I
Yeah.
take a shower.
Yeah.
Is
Every
it to
day.
wash off, like,
Every time.
Is that your second shower or that's your like daily shower?
Second shower.
Wow.
is that to like wash off something like the bad energy? Or what?
Is it me? Is it me?
No, I there's just like a lot of like smells and there's like a lot of like
Again with the smell.
Yeah. No, and then like the bathrooms, like
Right. No, that's fair.
I try
Have
I
you-
try not to use the bathroom when I'm at work.
Yeah. Yeah, I do know that.
Have you ever
I
ran
don't
into an
think it's healthy,
emergency?
Well, yeah, no, I used the bathroom yesterday 'cause I drank so much water.
Right.
which is good, which you
Which is
should
good,
do.
but like I just feel like I need to wash. Like if I'm walking outside,
Right.
if my body touches outside air, I have to shower when I get home.
Is it because you don't want to bring it into your home?
Yes, obviously.
This
You just like
is-
being clean.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What? Okay, what? I'm also trying to rebrand right now because a lot of people like,
Are
know
you-
me as the girl who
are
doesn't
you
wash their
talking-
legs.
Oh, right.
Are you?
So I'm really doing a big,
Yeah, maybe
big
if you
push.
if you wash your legs, then you don't need to wash twice
Yeah.
a day.
I don't wash
Right.
my legs either.
Maybe you'd feel cleaner, yeah.
No.
But you're not.
Comments
you're,
about
like,
it. I don't
your,
give
your skin doesn't seem dried out.
Well, I'm sure she
So-
moisturizes.
Not today. I used to not moisturize.
I didn't either.
Wait, can we go back to him? You don't wash your legs?
No.
Oh.
Why would I do that?
Do you wash
Is this
anything?
a polio shot?
No.
Yeah.
Didn't think so. What?
Wait, can we go back to?
Yeah.
Where?
She's got the polio scar.
Oh, I thought she had a Band-Aid on, and
It's
you
called
just
a fob
guessed
shot.
which
It's
like.
called a fob
This
shot.
is this is proof that
Yeah,
you
all my
weren't born in LA.
sibling all my family who is from the Philippines all have.
We have a fob shot.
Yeah. Except theirs was massive and disgusting. Yours looks fine.
Whoa.
Damn.
Well, it's because she takes care of her skin.
Theirs is like almost a gaping hole.
Oh.
Damn.
Like your grandmother?
Like my grandmother's leg. I don't know if that's still true. Wait, do you guys shower before dates?
You have to.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say it depends if I was doing like what I was doing before that date.
What do you
Fair.
mean? What if you were just like sitting on your couch?
If I was sitting on my couch, then I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, if I showered in the morning already and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Didn't
Right.
do anything. What if like you guys like went to a grocery store?
It might be okay. Like, but if I got sweaty, then I would definitely take a
Actually, yeah, if I just went to a grocery store, maybe it would be fine.
Or I might do like
Interesting.
I might do like a body
Like a rinse
shower,
off.
a rinse off. Yeah. Yeah.
If I
horse
sweat
bath?
at all, I would.
See, I only line up like my hangouts with men based on my like shower schedule.
So what time of day do you?
No, it has to be like I will only hang out with a man if I like it's a day I'm planning to shower.
We don't
Oh, so
shower.
you have
Like I'm not
Okay.
going to go out of my way
You
to
plan
shower.
you plan meeting people based around
Like a
your
date.
shower schedule.
Yeah, like
Wait,
a,
wait,
I
why don't
can't
you just
see you
shower?
today because I
only
can't
men.
see you.
Only men.
Wait. You don't shower every day?
I'll rinse my body every day. I don't wash my hair every day.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
like I'll line it up on a day
Okay.
like that.
I have girlfriends who are like this.
I'm not going to go out of my way
Yes.
to shower for a man.
Yeah. Especially
Not
with
if I'm not dating him.
and your hair is
Yeah.
Like I wash my hair every day, which is not good.
Right. It's not good for your hair.
It's not good for my.
It's a waste of my time. Like he hasn't proved himself yet. Why am I going to like
Goodness.
put in all this work?
I
feel
mean,
you, girl.
okay.
You guys don't even shower. You don't even shower for the date.
I mean, I will shower if I need to shower, but I'm not gonna. Like,
I don't need to shower. I'm already
not
showered
gonna
that day.
not see somebody because I didn't shower.
Well, I'm not going to be like, no, we can't today. I'll just pick a day that I know is on my schedule.
yeah,
Like
her
on my
hair is
wash
good.
That is
schedule.
saying no, I can't today.
No, because they're like, when are you free? And then I tell them the day that I
but
know
if
that
you're
I'm free and
literally
my hair is
free,
clean.
but if you're literally free on a dirty day,
Well, like mentally, I'm not free.
Yeah, because she has dirty hair.
This is only in the beginning. If we were like, if I was established like dating this person, like then I wouldn't care.
Wait, what is your hair wash schedule like?
I can only go 3 days without washing my hair, and then it gets too bad.
Do you
So
wash your hair every
3
day?
in the times of COVID, I was definitely washing my hair less. But yeah, I mean, like whenever I shower, I generally wash my hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every 2 or 3 days.
Wow. I feel like there's weird vibes now.
I feel like when you have thicker, curlier hair, you don't need to wash it quite as much.
Is that
I
true?
wash my hair every day though.
I think so.
Well, that's because that's what your hair's used to.
Well, curly hair is just like
Well, maybe
You do-
thicker
you do-
and coarser. I mean, not
you
curly.
you do one thing wrong, and it's just like
Oh yeah, it gets frizzy super easily. And
so there's
Oh my
more
God,
risk.
wait, I
There's
thought
more
you-
risk involved.
what?
I had a perm this whole time.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Didn't you used
No,
to?
he's got
No.
You have
he's got
naturally curly hair.
Yeah.
No way. You did not really think I had a
Wait,
perm.
I thought you got a perm once though.
Yeah, I feel
No,
like you
why
had
would I get a perm? No, I used to get it chemically straightened.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was the opposite.
Oh.
The straight hair was fake. This is
Whoa.
just I woke up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No way.
Are you for real? You thought this
for
was a
real.
perm?
Dude, I haven't seen you in like 8 years. I
you
don't
thought
know.
I just had this perm this whole time? That's crazy.
Yeah, well, like a lot of people want a hairstyle like that.
Actually, you know what? When like 6 or 7 years ago, before I left Smosh, I was blow drying it and it would just become straight because it was wet and then dried. But now I just let it dry
Interesting.
naturally.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, this is all natural route.
Okay.
Oh.
Y'all, there's a lot of places where I'll accept jank in my life, whether that's a sketchy ride at a county fair or a rundown food truck on the side of the road. But there's one place where I don't accept jankiness, and that is services that are trying to find you health care. That's why I'm proud to support ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health to eye care to skin care and much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You could even score same-day appointments. When I found about ZocDoc like 2 years ago, it literally changed my life because I was trying to use my insurance portal and they would suggest doctors that didn't even exist in the places where they said they'd exist. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/lunchtime to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/lunchtime. ZocDoc.com/lunchtime.
So, anything else we hate about LA?
Besides the people in this room,
I mean, the cops suck.
Coffee is really expensive.
That's
Coffee is
everything's
expensive.
Everything's expensive.
Everything is really expensive.
What's the thing that probably costs way too much? Like
Coffee,
living,
matcha.
housing.
living. Okay, yeah. Living's probably the one that's the furthest away from like what something should cost elsewhere.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally right.
Do you guys want to talk about things you love about LA?
Love.
My
Oh wait, I got one more hate. Okay, so this is a hate, but it's connected to a love.
okay.
So I like hiking, and there's actually some good hiking around LA. The thing I hate is that because this is like it's wilderness that's connected to a city, and a lot of people, I feel like maybe they didn't grow up hiking or didn't like it. There's a lot of litter. People will like bring stuff up into the mountains and like drink like a 24 pack of beer and just toss the cans.
There's also a
That's
lot of
so
graffiti like on the rocks on the trails
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
true.
shit too. So it's like the litter pisses me off. Like people have like no respect for this nice thing that we have
Yes.
so close to us, and that legitimately makes me mad.
That's fair.
It's true. It's weird when I go to like another country and their trails or their wilderness is like taken care of and like respected.
Yeah.
There's like no graffiti or trash everywhere. It's so interesting.
I think
Coming
because
from LA.
people treat it like it's an amusement park. They're like they want to like picnic, and they're like, well, somebody else will pick this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rude.
And they don't think to like the whole thing is pack out what you packed in
Yeah.
and leave no trace. And they don't have like somebody with like a pamphlet there at the entrance going like, hey, here's the rules of
Yeah.
being in a park. And so people just like abuse it, and
That's why a lot of the parks
me
in
mad.
California cost money to like go into or park in and stuff like that. Because
Yeah, a
it
lot of
prevents people from
national-
being that.
you're right. You're totally right.
Do you think people in LA are just more entitled, and that's why they're not picking up their trash?
Yes, I think there's a
Probably.
wave of people moving to LA or who are here in LA who just feel like this is an amusement park and they're here to like get everything that they can out of it, and they
Yeah.
are selfish.
I don't
That's
know.
so
I just think it's humans. I wouldn't say it's like
Well, it's also a culture though, because if you go to other places, there's just people will, be
Yeah.
in the same type of whatever, but then treat it better. So there's something about it.
for sure. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Cause yeah, you like go to Japan and there's like no trash cans on
Yeah.
the street, but the street is
Immaculate.
clean.
yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, I fucking hate those people. Not Japanese people. The people that leave litter on the ground in parks.
You hate people that can respect their environment.
Yeah. They're so lame.
Grow some balls.
Yeah.
But things you love.
Things we love about it. There's what goes on.
I love waking up and looking outside and seeing that the weather is not LA weather.
That's like
When does
not
that happen?
ever.
Yeah, when does that happen?
Last winter season,
It rained
it was
a
a
lot.
good
It rained a lot.
rainy.
It did rain a lot.
It was such a good rainy
like
season.
that. I was so sad.
I know.
Why?
I was so upset.
I would just sit out on my balcony and it would be pouring rain and it would be so humid. I would just be breathing in water and I was
Humid?
like,
It's no.
It was nice for a few days, but then like my depression definitely got worse because I was
No.
like, I need
that
to
helps
go
my
inside.
depression because I feel like, everyone needs to just be inside and relax and be at peace. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to do every day anyway.
We got to get you to the Pacific Northwest.
I've been there and it is really nice there. It is really nice. And the air
really
doesn't
don't like
smell
it
like
there.
That's true.
dust and
Right.
exhaust.
I really
No,
don't
it just
like
smells
that.
like mold.
You don't like it there?
No.
I kind of like that.
I like when
mold.
it's hot. I want hot. I want hot, sunny.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my vibe. I want it like warm. I hate AC. I hate the rain.
That's crazy.
I hate AC. This is good temperature.
You like this? I'm sweating so much right
it's
now.
It's a little musty.
Oh
in
my
here.
God, I love when it's warm.
Because we're not wearing tanks. That's all it
So
takes.
for my birthday, I begged. Sam was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "Just 1 week of no AC."
That's wild.
That's actually so good.
And my birthday is in August.
Because you also you run cold.
I'm always cold.
Yeah.
And I just like don't think we need AC. Like,
I agree.
yeah.
I'll just turn off my AC for days, and then I'm like, I can just walk around in shorts in my own house.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, I will say when I lived in an apartment without AC, like I was just used to it. Like moving into like my new place with AC, I'm like, it's fucking cold. Like your body like adapts.
We don't need we should just adapt to just how the temperature
And then you just open the
is.
windows at night and then close them in the morning before it
that's
gets
so
too
nice.
hot.
Sleeping with the window open, in the summer, wow. That's my dream.
It depends on where you live, because in LA, sometimes you could be near a noisy road. You could be where there's like sirens.
Sure, but that's like New York too.
Yeah,
A lot of places.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you have like a peaceful sleep in New York City, because shit's always popping
Right.
off. Dude, when I went to Chicago and stayed in that, they were having like a freaking race outside
It's the city.
until
What
like
did you
3
expect?
a.m. People were like revving their engines.
Did you
and
say
I
that
was
about Japan too?
people revving their engines?
Yeah, remember you said that you stayed at this hotel in Japan and they were like racing cars?
No. Are you sure I wasn't talking about Chicago?
He might have been talking about Chicago.
I think
Same
about
thing.
Chicago.
Close enough.
But
I think the food is pretty good here in terms of restaurants
really
and stuff.
good.
And I think that there's a huge variety for any type of dietary restriction or cultural preference. So I feel like there's a little bit of all of that here.
That's fair.
food goes Food goes crazy here. Sometimes I think it's a little too crazy, where I'm like, you guys could simplify a little bit, because some people try to get too fancy. But
Like what?
Like, I don't know, man. Like sometimes places just like they want to like put a spin on it, like put a spin on American classic, and it's like, no, dude, just do the simple thing well.
It's because they're looking for that Instagram post, you know?
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of places that do the simple thing well, like Apple Pan, where they make a really good burger.
Right.
No.
I love LA because of the culture, the food culture. Like it's the best, and you feel really you feel like really normal here. Well, at least I feel really normal here. Like growing up in the 626, predominantly Asian area, but I just like felt like normal. Like I didn't feel like a weird alien, you know?
Right.
So when I feel like LA is a great place for that. There's so
Definitely.
many different cultures, and no one's asking you stupid questions like I don't know, like they're not racist. Like there's racism everywhere, but like in LA, I feel like they're more accepting.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like the food culture here is the strongest culture here. Like, I don't think there's a huge culture otherwise, except for like entertainment and stuff like that. But it's mostly like food culture is really, really strong.
I also think the entertainment culture, like here, it's like where it's like Hollywood. That's what people see LA as, and I think that's so wonderful. That's culture. Like
That's true. Yeah, because it's like
Just because it's not my vibe doesn't mean it's not the culture.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's like, yeah, I guess like, yeah, we're always just talking about TV shows or movies or like other media and stuff.
I will say, like, what threw me off when I moved here was the amount of billboards and advertising for media and entertainment.
And that is so weird.
really,
Yeah.
why?
Because if you go anywhere else, it's like lawyer billboards and like Budweiser billboards. And then here it's like all the billboards like, here's a new TV show.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's super weird.
A lot of other countries too, they don't even have billboards. It's like not part, like it's not allowed in those areas.
Yeah.
Just to like preserve the visual aesthetics of, whatever the area is.
Yeah.
But LA is just like billboard, entertainment.
Yeah, got to get that advertising.
I've heard that some studios will put like the billboard of like the movie or the show that they're working on just around like the execs, like where they live,
'Cause they want it to
they think it's
feel-
being more promoted than it is, and like that's why the billboard
And it's like to boost morale though. It really does. I'm sure it
right,
works.
because it's like we're all in the industry, like we're probably gonna watch it either way.
Yeah.
but like it's for the executive.
And I think
like my
the
movie's
execs like to like
promoted.
take a picture in front of it and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's
just
a lot of
for their
just-
egos.
Yeah, it's like this whole ego boost thing.
My favorite billboard that I saw recently was a billboard. So basically, there's these things called for your consideration billboards or advertisements, and so studios will run like an ad for a show that they want to win an Emmy. So they'll put like what's a current The Bear. Like you'll see like The Bear and you'll be like, why is there an ad for The Bear? It came out 5 months ago. And it's like, oh, it's for your consideration for the people that vote for the Emmys. They want The Bear to win an Emmy. So I saw for your consideration, it was the Oscars for your consideration for an Emmy.
Wait,
what?
What?
The Oscars.
Oh, the
are
award show is trying to get an Emmy?
Yeah, the Oscars are trying to get an Emmy.
No way.
That's
And I
so
was
funny.
so confused because there was this billboard that was a shot of when Ryan Gosling did the "I'm Just Ken" performance.
Oh, yes.
Iconic. And I was like, why is there a billboard for Ryan Gosling doing the "I'm Just Ken" performance? I was like, for the Emmys, but that was the Oscars. What? And I was like, yeah.
I guess I never really thought that deep into these billboards.
Because
Well,
you've
that's all
been here
you
your whole
know.
life, right?
We don't have those in any other city.
Yeah, billboards in
That's
other
what
cities
makes
suck
it so
ass.
awesome.
Right.
Because it's like LA is just, it's filled with rich history.
Right.
You know?
No, there is, especially like old classic Hollywood.
Yeah,
like,
it's the
there's a lot
capital
of like that
of-
culture and vibe.
Movies. And
Also, another favorite billboard thing is the lawyers. The
Paul Jacob?
lawyer billboards in LA are very specific.
Yes.
And everyone has their favorite. You know, you got Call Jacob.
Didn't you dress up
You
like
got
that for Halloween?
Anne Fong.
who's Anne Fong?
It says something wrong. Call Anne Fong.
You've seen her.
Then you got
Accidentes.
Veronica.
You got Accidentes. Yeah, that dude with the big ass mustache.
Yeah.
777 777.
And then the Veronica with the dog.
Yeah, Veronica with the dog.
Yeah, there's this woman. Her name's Veronica, and she has a German Shepherd.
Yep.
And so she's always posing with the German Shepherd.
And she's on buses a lot of times.
Yeah, she's on a lot
With
of buses.
Accidentes guy.
Accidentes. He's got the big mustache. But Veronica, that dog is sometimes wearing a suit.
Sometimes.
Sometimes has sunglasses.
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet James, he's elsewhere. He's worldwide.
Sweet James's wife or ex-wife is a Real Housewife of Orange County.
What?
You didn't know this?
No.
And he served her on the show.
That's sick.
Crazy.
Do you think
That's
that was a
iconic.
sponsorship?
I don't know. He's disappeared. He owes a bunch of money, apparently.
Well, that's
Sweet James
Allegedly.
owes money.
Yes. It's on the show. You got to watch
I just
it.
saw him in a YouTube video. He showed up.
Never
He
mind.
showed up in this guy's YouTube video to like promote Sweet James.
If you had to disappear, where would you flee to?
In LA?
No, anywhere in the world.
Oh.
Anywhere in the world. Wait, like we have to stay hidden?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
are we,
IRS is coming after
Are we
you.
trying not to? So we're trying not to be in like a city.
You are trying not to be seen or like
Okay.
found.
Okay.
I mean, you could like pull an Army Hammer and like go to like Grand Cayman Islands. I think that's where he went.
I think he's back now.
He's back now. He sold his pickup truck.
Wow.
Too much gas.
Oh, he's eco-friendly now.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Where would I go?
I'm trying to decide if I'd go somewhere super remote or somewhere super populated. So I would
Yeah, I'd stay in LA.
You wouldn't even
here.
try to hide.
I'm here.
You just go where no one else would go. Riverside.
My God, Scott! The look on Scott's face when you did that was so
What you
upset.
just did was crazy.
He had to turn down the volume
Sorry.
to like 12%. That was insane. You got to get the heads
Chatsworth.
up.
Van Nuys. Reseda. Only LA people will get that.
Okay. LAX has pretty direct flights all over the world.
I hate
That's it.
LAX.
Oh.
I
LAX
hate LAX
sucks,
so
but you could
much.
get out of LA and go somewhere direct flight pretty easily.
Yeah, LAX
true.
is great.
LAX can go f itself.
No, LAX sucks.
Hey, you guys, relax.
No, it's awful. And the Uber situation.
Yeah, it sucks.
Worst in the world.
Yeah, but it sucks.
LA exit?
But do you have
Yes,
a
I
do you
hate
have a
it.
solution?
I do have a solution.
Yeah, let the Ubers come up to the door.
Well, it
like,
was-
who
I
cares?
do have a solution. It is a little more expensive, but Uber Black does pick you up from the terminal.
You have told me that before.
It's twice as expensive.
I
Twice?
refuse.
I think it is.
Or just get
It's not cheap.
or get a friend to come pick you up.
No one-
No, do not ask a friend
Actually,
to pick you up
don't.
from
All the
LAX.
time, you guys.
I feel like that's a different like culture thing because like in any other state, like back home, like
Yeah.
I would gladly drive my friend to the airport that is an hour away. But the second I moved here, like you don't drive people to the airport
that's the thing I
unless you're
do.
like deeply in love with them. You don't drive them to the airport.
You're not deeply in love with all your friends?
No.
Okay.
I drive my friends to the airport. I pick them. I just
This
feel
is
like,
good to know.
That is so
Yeah.
thoughtful.
Don't.
So I am going to LAX next week
Yeah. What time?
around 7 a.m.
Yeah, I could do it.
Okay.
You know, I
Well,
would.
but I have a back problem right now, so I can't sit in traffic.
I would
for that long.
happily pick someone up and drop them off if they were coming to see me specifically.
Yes.
That's
like I'll pick
different.
my sister up.
Yeah, if they're just a friend who's coming here and I just
Yes.
happen to be like hanging out with them one day, I'd be like, just get an Uber, bro.
I don't mind it because it's like you get the time in the car to like listen
Yeah.
to music, podcasts, and then like you're helping out a friend because
Yeah.
you don't have
Right.
to pay $100 on.
And LAX, that little system is horrible.
Yeah, like
so.
you're helping
Yeah.
them out, and I think it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know, LA Exit is what happened was there's too many Ubers that were like waiting at the terminals. So what they did was they basically built like a parking lot almost.
They turned a parking lot.
So you have to get on a shuttle bus
Or walk.
and you have to
walk's
go to this
horrible,
like area and then you get picked up from the Uber there. So like you get off the plane, then you walk through the terminal, and then you walk out of the airport.
And then you find the LA
get on
Exit
the thing,
shuttle.
and then you go to the LA, and then you can call an Uber. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
There's also always a really long line to get on the shuttle, and everyone has like their luggage.
And
Yeah.
everyone's confused and
See, that's why you want a friend to pick you up.
No, that's
Right.
true.
No, it's true.
But they are built. Apparently by the time of the Olympics, there's going to be a train that's going to pick you up from LAX. And
But doesn't it
you-
only go up to like Santa Monica?
Ew.
Well,
Is that
yeah, I
2028?
don't really know. Yeah.
Oh, I better be out of here by then. That's my goal.
You got to be in the rain.
Gotta get out of here by the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
You have
forever?
time. You have 4 years.
I'll figure it out.
What if you move and then it like starts permanently raining here?
Oh my God, please don't say that. Please do
That'd
not
be
say
awesome.
that.
It could happen.
I would be so upset.
Maybe it's you. Maybe
It's
it
me,
doesn't
I'm the
rain
problem?
because you're here. Yeah.
I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else do I love about LA?
Well, I mean, talking airports, the Burbank Airport, love that.
We
Fly
love that.
into there.
Fly.
we
well,
love-
don't fly into there. We want to keep it small.
That's true. Forget what we said.
Retract.
Yeah, we're
Forget
gonna
what we
believe
said.
that. We're gonna believe
Redacted.
that. We're
Shout
gonna
out
believe
Din
that.
Tai Fung.
Din Tai Fung is
still-
everywhere.
Oh,
I still never had it.
well, it's from Arcadia, actually.
Is it?
Oh, we have In and Out.
California. Actually, a lot of states have In and Out now.
Really?
What about crumble
Yeah.
cookies?
Everyone.
That's
has that.
everywhere.
Okay, all right.
What about
Why-
Cinnaholic?
Seneha, I don't know.
I didn't even know we had that.
Wait,
Oh man,
like,
Cinnamon roll.
so
yeah,
good.
wait.
They're like vegan.
Sunset?
Oh, that's why you.
cinnamon roll.
So good. Oh my God,
Dude,
I want a
insane.
cinnamon roll. So bad.
Pija Palace.
Ooh, I'm going there tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a Indian Italian fusion restaurant. It is the best food ever, and I can't eat it anymore because literally all of it is gluten. But it is the best.
Can.
Right.
Literally,
can't.
I asked Avish, the guy who owns it. I was like, so like, what if someone has dietary restrictions? He's like, then don't come here.
I think
Yeah.
that's fair. I
Like,
actually
literally,
do
do
think
not
that's
come
fair.
here. He's like, if you're gluten free, don't eat here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because I asked him that too. I was like, do you have anything that's good? And he was like, no, I guess not.
Is there
Like it's
not
like
like
it
a
didn't
pill
even
you can
cross
take?
his mind.
Is there like not like how like lactose intolerant people can take a pill?
No.
Is there not? There's not one for gluten.
No.
That
Not
sucks.
yet.
I'm
You should get on
waiting.
that. You
Wait,
should get on that.
Someone
know.
should invent that drug and make.
Dude, they will
It's
make
happening now.
trillions.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's happening now.
I hope it happens.
Yeah. Do you think that there's gonna be a pill so that a vegan could eat non-vegan food?
What?
It changes the form. It turns it into a
Yeah,
vegetable.
it changes it. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It makes it so no more
Crazy
harm was done.
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, I think we could invest in a few new pills. We just come up with some new ideas. If you guys want to take those ideas, I don't even care. Have
Big Pharma, hit us up.
Yeah, we got the vegan pill and we got the gluten
pill.
Aw. And you guys can like team up and sell it together. And it can
Yeah,
be,
I'm
like,
willing.
a best
Yeah.
I'm willing to
bundle.
team up with Big Pharma. Yo, Pfizer, Lilly, hit me up.
Oh, what else did I want? Oh,
Bayer.
He's
Sorry.
listing every company that makes pills that you know of.
Where is it?
I don't know. I love a lot of things about LA.
And what else do you love?
Just
The architecture.
the Griffith Observatory is really cool.
It is.
That one piece of architecture here that people know about. That's really nice.
Yeah, it's from GTA 5. You play GTA 5. You've seen the Griffith Observatory. I like the car culture here is sick.
There's
What's
a
the car
culture.
yeah.
culture?
Where is that
Oh my
at?
God,
What is
yeah.
it like?
Whoa.
It's like everything.
Tell me
Like
so I
there's-
can avoid it.
It's everything.
No, what is it like? What do you like about it, and what are the people like?
Well, because like I feel like in Sacramento it was like you had very like distinct groups that like there. I don't know. It was just like either you had like rich dudes that drove like Ferraris, and then you had dudes in like Civics, and I feel like here in LA there's just this like wide variety, like at like a Cars and Coffee, which is like a car meet kind of thing. There will be like every type of car, and and like it's like people that just like, oh, this guy had like one niche interest in like this one kind of like French car. And so it's like it's just like this varied kind of thing. You'll see cars that you don't see anywhere else. Like you'll
It's
see
almost like a car show at that
Like
point.
at Bob's
Yeah.
Big Boy.
like
You
a
know,
Bob's Big
they
Boy,
have
yeah.
really cool car shows.
I walked by one the other. I was like, "What's going on here?"
at Bob's Big Boy.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was
You were
going
there?
on.
You were in Burbank?
Yeah, I was just walking around.
You're walking around Burbank.
on his 5 mile walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like that kind of car culture is like it's hard to find elsewhere. That's like that good, and I feel like it's not just like rich jerks. Yeah,
Right. Just people with niche hobbies.
yeah.
And speaking of car culture, there's one thing in LA that many people come here to try.
Right.
And I'm
Drugs?
just going to bring it up.
Meth?
Erewhon.
Oh.
Erewhon.
You couldn't go a single video without mentioning Erewhon.
Guys, I actually requested to stop talking about Erewhon. I'm not going to lie. But if we're talking about LA,
You have to mention
you
Erewhon.
have to mention Erewhon.
I did finally try the Haley Bieber smoothie.
It's so good.
Somebody else paid for
Halle
it.
Berry smoothie?
Thankfully.
The Halle Berry smoothie.
At Irwin's?
At Irwin's.
You didn't have that? Okay.
The Halle Berry smoothie at Irwin.
You know that guy on TikTok that goes, I'm at Irwin's, I'm having the Halle Berry smoothie?
No, I've never
you
seen
know
that.
that reference?
Only from her.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
crazy. I haven't seen it.
It's really funny. He's like this New Yorker.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
but it's a $20 smoothie, and it's pretty good.
It is
Pretty good.
Is it $20 good?
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, is it $20? I mean, I
Is
don't.
it
Think,
$20 good?
I don't think you should pay $20 for a smoothie.
I think it's like 17. So
17.
Yeah, come on.
On
Come
Postmates,
on.
it's more.
Yeah.
Postmates.
I went to like see how much Erewhon was on Postmates last night, and like for a plate, it was $37
Yeah, it's
before tip.
I
That's
never
like
do
a
that.
full
For-
service restaurant.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
That's crazy.
Although their hot, whatever you call it,
Bar.
the hot bar at Erewhon is crazy.
You should try the gluten-free mac and cheese. They have one.
Gats.
Food. I
For
do think,
$15.
again, it's food. I feel like LA wins in
Yes.
the food category.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
true.
And apparently the car enthusiast category.
Oh, okay. Here's another thing that I'd like to bring, but this is just generally California. We have amazing produce here. Like if you go to the farmer's market,
Yeah.
You should know vegan.
we have amazing produce.
You're not a big farmer's market guy, are you?
Well, I am because the strawberries taste so. So strawberries is my favorite fruit. I decided,
Oh,
Whoa,
cute.
this is a huge reveal.
but only I know this is a new lore drop. Only when it tastes like a strawberry because there's so many strawberries at grocery stores that
Right.
just taste
I
like.
hear you.
Nothing.
It's like I don't know how it's like 5% the flavor. I don't know how
Right.
they how
It's
that
like
happens.
all
fair.
white on the
It's all white.
inside.
They're
Ugh.
huge.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like all show. And I feel like the strawberries are a perfect representation of the way people feel about LA, like looking in from the outside. It's like this beautiful, huge strawberry, and then it's just
Right.
like flavorless.
Yeah, California
Fair. Wow.
produce goated.
Yeah, but the fresh produce from the actual farmers directly.
Yes.
Extremely
The
good.
farmers markets are like very clutch.
It's amazing. Like I am going all the time,
Yeah.
and that's where I get most of my produce. You guys, like we're so fortunate that the stuff that we're eating, like in LA, tastes like what it's supposed to taste like.
And that's why we're better than you.
And that is why I'm better than you. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Please
I'm
don't.
kidding. No, but someone commented like on a video recently where I was like talking about corn and like I've been shucking my own corn because when I was a farmer, it's like on the thing and then
Yeah.
there's like a little worm on top almost all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then so I'm like shucking it and there's always like a little caterpillar and stuff like that. And
Aw.
then really
Where do you
cute.
put the caterpillar?
I put it back into the. It's really weird. Like I'm like
she
I don't know.
squishes it.
I'm like,
You
what
put
do
it
you
back
say?
into like the trash.
No, the all the corn. There's a huge box of corn.
she said it's not home yet.
No. I shuck it
So
there.
Okay, so and
I
then you
put
just
it-
put the
put it-
worm
yeah,
back in the
back.
box.
Someone else can have
You're like,
the
this is
worm.
where he
Someone's
lives.
gonna end up with the last corn is gonna be covered in worms.
Yes, exactly. That's where they live. They feel comfortable on the tip of the corn.
Oh,
I did not know this.
Yes.
I've seen
That's
that
so
before.
cute.
It's very
It's
cute.
really cute, and almost all that's
The little
almost
green
all
caterpillar
of them.
that was like that did
Yeah,
feel like-
yeah,
Yeah, the little inchworm.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they're just up there. So
just up there.
They're just they're
Just
up
up
there
there
hanging
living
out until I come and I remove it. But like, so I was talking about like shucking my own corn, and someone goes, "Oh my gosh! Like I just recently had a California corn, and it just like tastes like real corn compared to what I've been getting at the grocery store, where it just doesn't taste like anything."
I used to go to the state fair because it was up near Sacramento, and they would just have corn like on the open grill, and you would just get this
Wow.
huge ass
Nice.
corn on the cob, and they would butter it for you, and then you just throw any spices you wanted.
Nice.
That that was ideal California living.
Also,
and here in LA, we got the Corn Man.
we got taco trucks too.
Yeah, we got
Food trucks are good
the
here
food
too.
trucks
Yeah.
are
Food
so
trucks are
good.
It all comes back to food.
It's food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because everyone here, we're also like, there's so many different cultures
Yes.
here, and
Yeah.
like, it's being represented through food.
I just
That's
thought of the
true.
best idea.
What?
What?
You mix the car enthusiasts with the food trucks. So you got food truck enthusiasts who soup up their food trucks and they show off their super rare food trucks and they serve amazing cultural food.
Whoa.
You could have the best of all worlds right in one place.
You're just giving out all these great ideas for free.
have it.
Interesting.
I don't want any of it. Have
Big
it.
He just
Pharma,
wants the
take it.
rain.
Yeah, Big Pharma. Let's do it. Collab.
They can sell pills out of the truck.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have good produce.
So I asked the audience
Okay.
what their assumptions about LA was.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to know.
Okay, fine.
I
Can we
was
have a whole other
nosy.
channel for this?
Sorry, these are their theories, not assumptions.
Okay, yeah,
theories.
theories.
Because we don't want to
Okay,
get sued.
very
We want to get
different.
sued by Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna bring some up, and you guys can share your thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone said LA is like a super gay New York, and they wanted to mention that they are a gay New York resident.
Sure. Well, again, it goes back to the neighborhoods because if you're talking, like Silver Lake was the first gayborhood.
Wait,
of
should we have to
LA.
say-
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Should we have to say true or false before we talk anymore?
Okay, sure. True. Yeah, so Silver Lake was the first gayborhood. It's where we had our very own sort of Stonewall incident, where the LAPD shot like a gas canister through a window and killed a dude.
Oh.
It was like a place where gay people were meeting up when it was like illegal.
So before 2015?
A little bit before that. And then obviously there's WeHo, which is just like crazy. Any other gayborhoods? I think those are the main two.
I feel like I don't even notice it anymore. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
yeah.
not. I feel like it's not that big of a deal anymore. It's just kind of like because I think there used to be like a lot of like gay bars in Silver Lake, and now most of them are closed down. Because I think it's not like it doesn't need to be concentrated anymore.
They take off the word gay and it just says bar, and they're like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Suddenly, our business got more popular.
Jeez. The next theory is it's a bunch of sweaty actors who go to improv clubs on Friday nights to find friends and also traffic.
Yes.
Also true.
Yeah, that's true.
It is true.
It's true.
To a
And-
certain extent, not everyone.
Well, also,
Not
I feel like
everyone's an
sweaty is
actor.
kind of a loose term. The weather here is hot enough to be sweaty all the damn time, but also,
I think a lot of
sweaty,
it-
like in the attitude.
Yeah, I think a lot of the
True.
sweaty actors going. I think a lot of the guys that are going to actors going to improv probably are sweaty.
Also, sweaty's kind of hot now. You know, it's like a breed of aesthetic.
Yeah.
Sweaty's in.
You don't want an improv guy though.
No, I
What?
do not.
We're-
Absolutely not.
Guys, this office is filled with improv.
Exactly why. We know firsthand. Don't do
Sweaty's
it.
in.
Sweaty's in,
Sweaty's in.
but
I'm
improv
so
is not.
I'm so down to be damp.
Okay.
So am I. I enjoy being a little damp.
Me too.
Wow, we're learning so much.
Yeah.
Dewey.
Dewy.
Dewy.
Yeah, Dewey.
Yes,
Wow.
we do.
Yes,
Wow.
we
You
do.
right in there?
Wow.
Okay.
Next theory. As a Canadian, I imagine Los Angeles as incredibly busy but lonely at the same time, as many people are very goal-oriented and there are many well-formed social groups.
True.
True.
That's
true.
Very true.
Very
That's
true.
actually spot on.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's very hard to find friends here if you are interested.
Yes.
And if you don't have like an interest that's very specific.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people I think burn out of LA because they don't find their social circles.
Yeah.
But like there are so many people and you can find a hobby in any
Right. Yeah.
thing that is full of people and you could probably find a social circle within those hobbies.
Yeah. I will say there is also, and this is not everyone, but there are people here who do just want to like use you for things.
I think that's a scary part about making
yeah.
friends here.
Really?
I think that just like that is another issue of like in the entertainment industry where making connections and networking is like vital. And I think sometimes people get it twisted where they're like, oh, I thought you were my friend.
Right.
But then you used me. And it's like, well, everyone here is trying to get ahead. And I think some people like they maybe there's not an understanding of like, oh, we're more of like acquaintances that are in the same industry.
Right. Like you're networking.
So you should be like, is this as friends or networking? And
Right.
then you just need to be honest.
I don't feel that way. You guys, I actually don't feel that way. I think every business or industry is like that.
Oh, for sure. I think it's in every
but
industry.
I just think that in Hollywood and entertainment, it is more of a stereotype. But I think that's like literally everywhere. Like you could be in, I don't know, tech or anything else, and that's like the same thing. It's like, are you really my friend, or are you just trying to get ahead? You know, like that could be like in hospitality or like
Right, that's
you know?
fair.
And I just think that a lot of times, like we put actors and celebrities under a microscope, or the people who work in that
That's true.
in that
100%.
business, but it's
100%.
everywhere.
That is
and
true.
like, yes, I do think people might want to like, or social climbing and our star fuckery and stuff like that, but those people I think filter themselves out, you know, and then like,
100%.
because like
And
I
they
feel
would have
like
done the same thing in a different industry.
They make themselves.
I mean, I've been
Right.
using Ian and Anthony for 10 years.
Okay, great.
I'm kidding,
Yeah.
but like,
The long con.
and I'm still here.
No, that's very fair.
You know, I will say one thing I also don't like about LA is that a lot of people, when they meet you, they say, "So what do you do for a living?"
Yeah.
And that's the first thing they want to know about you.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like they want to like have a box to put you in, so they know how to relate to you, or maybe it's so that they're like, "Can I get anything from you?"
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just also feel like it depends, like, who you're with.
Yes, it's not every.
It's not, I don't feel, I mean, maybe, I don't know, just from my experience being from here, I feel like all of my friends and my social group, we're all so supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing like, I want to get ahead, I'm using you. Everyone is genuinely just like happy when they succeed or your friends succeed. And I do think it's like finding your group,
Yes.
finding your tribe.
Yes.
And yeah.
But occasionally you are going to run into those people.
Occasionally, and that's why
And-
like you're not friends with them.
Yeah. And then it's like, you got to.
That's the thing. I feel like you have to. It's easy to not be friends with them, but you have to learn to look out for the signs.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of you're not prepared when you move somewhere like this to have to notice when someone's trying to use you or something.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
the
a new
way,
thing you have to develop.
Yeah, the way I always kind of look at it is like, if I find that I'm making like 80% of or 90% of the effort in the friendship, then it's like, oh, so we aren't cool like that, and then I just move on. Like,
Yeah.
and I would say like 9 times out of 10, they like never. It's like never an issue because like they were never
Yeah.
making the effort in the first
That's
place.
true.
I think having really good awareness, and I think it's something that people like, maybe it's just like an innate thing, you know, being from here or whatever, but having that awareness of like, oh, that person is, you know, feeling a little weird. It's like you would really need to be professional vibe checkers.
Yes.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Actually.
Like you,
Yeah.
and most of the time your vibe or whatever,
Yeah.
and your intuition about that person is true.
Is
I feel like it's
Right. Yeah.
stereotypical to use the word vibe like in LA.
In LA.
But it's very true that you have to learn how to like pick up on something you might not
Yes.
even be able to put to words
Yeah.
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 based on the feeling.
That's true.
Yeah.
Next theory.
Oh.
Next theory.
LA to me is just where lots of content creators go or people who want to live it big. But the only thing holding them there is the people or jobs because the housing and cost of living is ridiculous, especially considering how you can't walk anywhere without a car. I don't think you have much greenery or thriving natural wildlife there either.
True.
The greenery and natural wildlife.
It's not
I don't
green
know.
for very long.
There's coyotes everywhere we live.
There's coyotes, there's skunks, there's raccoons.
There's lots of squirrels. There's lots of crows.
There's a bunny living in my front yard.
Cute.
Yeah, see,
So
we got wildlife. We got snakes. We
Oh,
got
I went on this
lizards.
hike and there was a baby owl laying in the ground. It was
no.
alive.
Oh,
Why would
was
we
it
assume it was
supposed to be
dead?
there?
Huh?
Why would we assume it's dead?
Because when is a baby owl by itself in the middle of a trail?
I don't know.
good point.
I don't know.
When it's dead, or I don't know what it was doing.
Okay.
But we got a little wildlife. I saw an owl flying
Yeah.
around.
You can drive to like the wilderness
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And I think, and there's certain neighborhoods that are greener than others. So I think, I mean, when you're flying over LA, it looks really depressing because it looks very concrete.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are certain neighborhoods that are like really green and nice.
I will say they cut down almost all, like any tree that gets too big, they just cut it down because the roots start to damage the sidewalk on the street.
Depending
Which
on
is
the
kind
type
of a
tree.
bummer
Yeah.
because you go to other cities and they just have these big luscious trees and streets just lined with
Right.
I think that's because they planted certain trees that grew fast, but they're the wrong kind of trees because of the type of roots.
Mm-hmm.
So there are proper trees they could plant that they don't have to do that, but I don't think the city was really thinking that far ahead.
Oh, we got earthquakes too.
Oh,
There is
true.
That's
that.
true.
There
The
is
big
that.
one is coming.
Yeah.
That's what they always say, but we'll see.
Aren't we like 300 years overdue or something.
That's why it's coming.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's nothing we can do. We just
Yeah.
have to accept it.
You just have to accept it.
I mean, housing will get cheaper after that. So
Oh my gosh.
Why?
I don't know, because I think a
most
lot of
houses
people
will be
will.
destroyed.
Yeah.
No, won't they get more expensive because no one will have anywhere to live?
Well, I think a lot of people will leave. So
Oh, you're.
I don't know. I mean,
We'll
everything
find
would have to be
out.
rebuilt. Yeah, it would be bad. Okay, so maybe that wouldn't be good for housing.
But the
costs.
assumption of content creators
Yes, I wanted to
being
touch
here-
on that. I feel like that's not true. I feel like that's a very small portion.
I do think a
of
lot
LA.
of content creators do move here.
Yeah.
And then it's like, why? You could have been anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't need to be here.
You don't need to be here to be a
Yeah.
content creator. On the internet.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, like it does make things more convenient when you're when you're in entertainment and you're living in LA. It does make things more convenient when you're here because there's just stuff that happens. And
Right.
It's like, oh, okay, I'll go.
I also really love the collective enthusiasm for like movies here.
Yes.
yeah.
I think like we always talk about movies and TV shows, and I think that is so rare. I don't know if I've never lived anywhere else, but I
Right.
really love I enjoy talking to people about like movies
Yes.
and like things that they've watched.
I think most people move here for movies or television and probably like end up in digital. Like I think the city is bigger for that industry than content creators and like influencers. I think that's like
Yeah.
a very new move, and I think it kind of died out in like
I
the
definitely,
2010s.
I definitely feel more annoying when I'm like in other places because I have to like watch myself more on like how much I talk about media.
I guess people don't really talk about that. I
That's
don't feel
true.
like people ask like do people see movies all the time? Like besides
I think so. Like I think everybody
they see
watches a
movies.
lot of. I think everyone watches a lot I think Netflix.
I actually
and
feel, yeah, I was going to
Amazon.
say, I think that outside of LA, people are watching more streaming stuff, but I think in LA, there's still a movie theater culture.
I think also outside of LA, they're consuming it. Here, like we kind of like analyze it because we are.
Oh, that's true. Like a
Interesting.
casual watch.
Yeah. Like we break it down.
Yeah, I'll have family that's like, did you see this movie? And I'm like, this is the most silly looking movie that has
Right.
no like heart to it or
Right.
anything. It's just like,
You're like the
such,
plot sucks, cinematography's awful. Why would I
it's
watch
just like
that?
fluff and
Yeah.
which is fine, but I'm like, there's so many options. There's so many
Yeah.
Yeah.
good, like really solid things to consume.
Fair.
I definitely feel like with my interests, this is the right place for me to be.
Cars, movies, and food.
It's all
Exactly.
it needs.
That's my
Same.
that's my entire personality, guys. I found my
Ripley's,
place.
believe it or not.
Yeah,
I
love
don't think I would
Ripley's.
fit in anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't. I think I
Yeah.
would be. I think I would be pretty annoying. In
I would
other-
be
in other
so-
places.
I think that's fair for both of you. I
I
think
feel
you
like I
both are
don't-
very. You make sense.
I
here.
feel the opposite. I feel like I don't fit in here. I
yeah,
feel
that makes
weird.
sense.
I feel weird here.
That makes sense. You need the rain. This guy needs the rain.
Let's go to the Rainforest Cafe.
just like build.
Yeah, just go to the Rainforest
build
Cafe. I
like
think you'll be a lot
build like
happier.
a rain machine in your house.
I'm
that
surprised
drops
you
rain.
don't have one already.
You know, I might if I build like a terrarium,
Ooh.
and then that would be sick.
Or make
Automated
your
like
house-
rainforest.
Make your house like your dream place. Like make your
It already is my sanctuary. Like I don't need to leave that place.
You could also just like go stand in the shower or just like run it and look at it, like watch
Fair.
the drops like fall down the glass.
True.
Nice.
All right, we are nearing the end of this episode. You guys want to sing your little jingle so we can do some Q&A?
Erin's been to my place too.
We have.
That's right. Yeah.
We used to write.
Yeah.
Wow, we've all been.
They used to
Anthony's
force me to
place.
go over there and watch them write.
Yeah, force her.
I forced Erin to watch my old videos. Like, do you like them?
you play all
true.
2005
This
Smosh
is
for her.
true. They made me watch all of Food Battle
Yeah, yeah.
in one sitting.
Wow.
Okay, do your little jingle.
Funny YouTube questions. Funny YouTube questions. That one was worse.
Sorry, we were doing it with opposite hands. It doesn't look right. All right, here I'll do lefty. 1, 2, 3.
Funny YouTube questions. Funny YouTube questions. We were
out
off
of
sync.
sync.
Wait, I want to say one more thing about LA.
You love it.
I love LA. Don't come here. Don't move here, please. There's too many people. Don't come. We don't want you.
Why are you assuming they want to be
Unless you're
in the
hot.
same city as you? Okay.
You could delete that. You could just cut that out.
I like it.
I think that no one's deleting that, and I think you're getting a close up on that.
Yeah, it's gonna
Well,
go
you know
everywhere on
what?
social.
If I'm responsible for more hot people coming to LA, then
You won't be. That was mean.
look, hot people don't. When have hot people ever come to LA? It's not like that's something that people have been doing for.
I literally
70
came
years.
to LA. That's like so offensive. It's like really mean. Ian calls me ugly.
Oh my God, Ian.
He's done it before.
I try to find like
You have?
secret ways to
Ian has
call her
called me
ugly in
No, he
every
has.
single
That
episode.
is
He didn't
so
say the
rude.
words, but he was like, I thought it was implied. We'll circle back.
What?
We'll talk about it another time. Okay, moving on.
It's a fun little game that we play here where I try to.
We're moving on,
I don't
Ian.
ever call her
We're
directly.
moving on.
I don't ever directly call her.
Are we
ugly,
done here?
But I always try to like insinuate.
Can we be done
He's
here?
literally admitting it. Okay, at Angel Opera 3239, what advice do you have for someone who just graduated high school and had no clue what they want to do in life?
Move to LA.
Move to LA?
Move to LA and then figure it out.
Yeah, sell everything. Move to LA. You know,
move back home in 2
spend
years.
all your savings on 1 month of rent. Gosh, man.
Try new things. Be open to trying new things.
It's really, it's crazy because I feel like that time of your life, you're so confused and you feel so lost. But later
Yeah.
in life, you look back at that time at how you had so much freedom and how you had so many millions of things that you could have done.
Yeah.
So I feel like, interestingly, it's to appreciate this awkward time where
Yes.
you have a million options.
Yeah.
And I feel like the option will present itself. You'll have to do some work. You can't just sit there and hope it happens.
That's true.
But if you are appreciating this awkward moment, I feel like it'll make it a lot less awkward.
Yeah.
Wait, this person's straight out of high school?
Yeah.
I think like something a lot of like Europeans do, and it's probably because they have a better social safety net. But what a lot of people do there is take a gap year.
Yeah.
And like, obviously that's like,
True.
that's here in the US, that's kind of a privileged thing because like not everybody has the ability to do a gap year. But, I've
Especially if you're
heard,
traveling in that gap year or something.
Yeah.
That's really expensive.
but I've heard like that's really good. And I think that's true. Cause it's like, you're like before you get out of high school, you are not a person. Like you do not know who you are.
That's true.
Well, you're kind of told who you are, and who
Right.
you should be, and you're told to figure it out, but you don't actually know yet.
So I think that year is so important because like when I went into, cause you know, we just went straight from high school to community college. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I didn't have any time to figure out who I was or like what my interests were in that like in between time. So I was like, I don't know, general ed, I guess for now.
Right.
So I think like having that gap year, maybe I would have found something that I was like interested in. Thankfully, you know, in that summer between high school and community college, we found YouTube and that was fun. And that was something I was interested in. So yeah,
But
And
it's
don't compare yourself.
that's
in your
Yeah.
experience.
True.
Yeah.
True.
that's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I feel like for me growing up, like after high school, a lot of my peers, my bestest friends, they all went to really prestigious schools, and I didn't. And I think I compared myself, like, oh, like what my life could have been, you know. But that only just makes your situation worse. So just be open to new experiences
Yeah.
and don't compare yourself.
Because that time of life is so short.
Yes,
So much is going to change from then to like your
Oh,
20s
yeah.
or even 30s.
nothing is permanent.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because the more time that you spend stressing or comparing yourself to others, the less energy you have to put toward finding or seeing the opportunities that might actually be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like really interesting because I just started, you know, really reminding myself it's like your energy is really precious and you have to remind yourself, like, what do I want to put energy towards?
Right.
You know, like thinking all these negative things and hating myself or putting it into something more creative or, you know, something that feeds
Yeah.
yourself, like feeds your spirit.
You only have so much time in a day, and I think people forget, so they focus their energy on complaining or being very frustrated about things, not realizing that they're actually utilizing some of the space that they have in their head toward being frustrated instead of realizing all the opportunities that are there in front of them.
Yeah. Very true. Okay. Very last question. And
Okay.
then we'll wrap it up. At Brelab, what is Anthony's most painful tattoo? The people need to know.
I can answer this one. The one on his
Okay.
You want me to show it?
Oh my
No.
God.
Ew, Anthony. Ew. How dare you?
I will never yes and you again.
I can't believe I just used the C word. That was
That is
gross.
That was a lot.
That was nasty.
Crazy
That was a
what you just
lot.
did.
I
feel
feel like
gross.
sternum hurts a lot. I feel like palm hurts a lot. I feel like top of foot hurts a lot. I feel like near the fingernail. Oh, it's
Ow.
covered up.
Ow.
Near the fingernail hurts a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes the neck hurts.
So all of
Oh
them.
my God.
They all hurt. That's like part of the
Right.
process.
That's fair.
Hey, he's young.
That's
Ian
it.
hated that.
Ian got so bored. Ian thought about being in pain and got bored. It's like hearing about dreams.
It's
Yeah.
like hearing about dreams. I'm like,
You're like, okay.
couldn't be me. Yeah,
Wait,
must hurt.
you do have tattoos. I forgot.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Where?
Like stick and pokes.
What are they of?
If this video hits 10 million, I'll tell you.
Okay, we'll circle
Did they
back.
hurt
We'll circle
wherever
back.
they are? Did
No,
they hurt?
they don't hurt.
They didn't hurt?
No.
Wow.
Wow. Ian, would you ever get one?
Yeah.
In your life?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Great.
I
I have a
just
stick
can't-
and
I
poke
cannot
set in my
imagine you
car
with
right now.
one.
Let's do it.
Next lunchtime, we're giving you a tattoo.
No.
Tattoo.
Olivia's stick and poke tattoo.
Oh, I've done it
Well,
to my friends.
she's tattooed.
I've tattooed
Oh,
my
you
friends.
tattooed. That's right.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It's permanently
Better
on
than the
them.
one on her.
It's permanently on my friends.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You should give Anthony a tattoo.
Oh my God, can I?
It doesn't matter at this point. You have
At
so
this
many.
point,
I'd
he's like, wait, let me.
I'd have to see your work. Can I see your
But that's
portfolio?
you love stick and poke.
Can I see your portfolio first?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll check after this.
Okay,
we gotta
we'll
go.
check.
We gotta
We'll
go.
check. Okay. If this video gets 10 likes, Ian will get a tattoo on camera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We're not putting that in
11?
the world.
12.
What if we got a real
5
artist?
likes.
I don't. No, I don't want a tattoo right now.
He wants it later in life.
Okay, we'll circle back.
When,
We'll talk
when
about
I'm
it
like after my second wife has died,
got it.
It's a
Okay.
tattoo of
I'm gonna
We'll
LA.
be waiting. We'll be
I'm gonna
waiting.
get a full color tattoo.
We can make that happen
realistic,
quick.
Full color tattoo of her
Of your
face
first and second wife?
on my. Yeah.
One on each pec.
No, it's gonna be a split down the middle, one face and then the other
gonna
face.
be the
on my
Titanic.
chest.
Yeah. Awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Sick. And the chest hair is the human hair?
You.
Dude, that's so smart. Yes.
And the nipple is an eyeball?
Dude, I love. Yes.
Now we're thinking.
See?
Now we're thinking.
I gotta go to a meeting. Can you guys wrap this up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would the belly button be?
Oh my god.
my
mouth
back
or-
hurts. Wrap this up.
No, that's
Yeah,
that's
she's
her belly
injured.
button,
She's
too.
really injured, and it smells like ass, and it's hot. We
my
want
back
leave.
hurts too from carrying this podcast.
I would
Why did
rate
I
that
even laugh?
broccoli
So stupid.
7 cucumbers out of 8.
I'd rate that fish jerky 1 ocean out of 10.
I rate this podcast 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
10 what?
10 out of 10 what's?
Colts.
Are you just looking around and saying objects in the room?
I said Colts.
Did you know that this all says fart department? That's really funny to me. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
Okay.
What would you rate it?
Rate what?
Never mind. Bye.
Okay.